Wichita at all, you cannot have helped but seen his artwork, although you might know who did it. Well, Gino Salerno joins us this morning to tell us a little bit about that and about a book that features some of his work. And first of all, thank you so much for getting up and coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
One of the things I know, I've driven through town, and your artwork is just gorgeous. How do you come up with the ideas for the different pieces?
Depends on the location. If it's in front of a school, I try to use a child's or children's books theme. If it's in front of a church, I use religious themes. Depends where it is. So.
What people don't realize, and you do a lot of wood carving, and you can't really see the book from here, but it's a wonderful book. It shows all of his artwork, and some of these pieces are just phenomenal. How long does it take you to do one of these pieces?
Again, depending on the type of wood, depending on the size, could be anywhere between a day to a week or so.
Do you have a favorite?
Some of the clowns and acrobats, some of the circus themes sculptures I've made, those are some of my favorites.
Well, I think some of the interesting things too, a lot of the wood that you use is from rotted trees or whatever. It would be an eyesore, but you've taken and turned it into something beautiful. What made you come up with that idea?
Well, in 1990, there was a tornado going through downtown Riverside Park, and there were a lot of tree stumps cut down. And the city asked me if I want to make one in the parks, and I did. They liked it pretty well, and then after that I made another one, and then another one, just kept building up from there.
Now these are some of the tools you use, and they're huge. I don't know, you have to be so strong. You must be in really good shape to be able to use some of these.
Well, I've been doing it for several years, so I'm used to them. They're a fairly good sized tool. They're heavy, and my mallet and the other tools I use, they're also pretty heavy tools, but I'm used to it. It's just practice.
Now, this book is available here in Wichita, correct?
Correct, yes.
And you're going to have a book signing as well.
Tomorrow I'll have a book signing at Borders East on Rock Road, and it's also available at Watermark Books and 8 Day Books plus Amazon.com.
Wow, and some of these pieces obviously are in private homes as well, because not all of them are scattered throughout the city, are they?
Well, in fact, more than half are probably in private places, like churches and businesses, homes, backyards, different places. And a few are throughout the city and actually throughout the state of Kansas, so all around.
Now, how can we see, because I know I've driven around and accidentally run into your pieces all around the city, but is there a map? Is there some way I can find out where I can go to see all of them?
Well, unfortunately, some of them are not there anymore, and we've tried making them up 2 or 3 times, but some of them got moved, some of them were vandalized, some of them were just, moved to a different place. So there is not an updated map. Right now, most of the sculptures are on 13th Street and some through Riverside Park, but I'm sorry, I don't have a map right now.
I was just curious. Well, one of the things too, your artwork it's kind of a lost art, honestly. How did you learn to do this in the first place?
I grew up in South America. I saw almost every day, I saw a lot of artisans. They did a lot of little work, little carvings, little everything basically. And I grew up with that. And ever since I was a little kid, I liked drawings and paintings and just art in general. So I just developed as I grew up.
One of the things I noticed about you, and I really want to compliment you, your art is so fabulous, but you're so humble. I think that's amazing because your pieces are just phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for getting up, Gino. Well, Mark has his very latest forecast after this break, so don't go away. It's 6:55 on Kansas Today.